another bit of information for you with regards to the skin. This time we're thinking about the brain. So if you think about the system of the brain and the skin, it's like, well, what's the connection there? What are some of the things to consider? Well, the brain, just like your circulation and your connective tissue system. So the brain does a lot of work and processing, so that it needs its opportunity to clear out, cleanse, and often that happens when we're asleep. Well, it does happen when you're asleep, if you're actually getting into that nice deep REM, deep sleep state. But what happens if you're not getting enough sleep? So then there's that excess toxicity. We can also have inflammation in the brain, too much inflammation in the brain, and then we start to see underneath the eyes. So the eyes are a really good way. Our faces are quite telltale signs. So whether kind of like not enough sleep, so not enough rest and restorative period. So then things like the body's ability to focus, concentrate, and just communicate. So remember, the brain is the organ and the system on the body that helps to, it listens to all those messages, so electrical impulse messages coming through to the body, and then gives us the opportunity to translate and kind of figure out, what does that message mean? What is it you're trying to tell me? How do I need to work? Or what signals and messages do I need to send through the system so that I can help it adapt, and so that we can repair, and so that we can nourish and recover and bring everything back into that balance. So if we've had not enough sleep for a very extended long period, then again, that information and messages going through to the skin. So you might see difference in color, as I mentioned a little bit ago, the dark circles underneath the eyes. The body then tends to send signaling to, it's like, let's deal with the key important areas first. So we want to keep us breathing, keep the heart going, and just bringing that information and messaging to the vital organs. So making sure that we are sleeping, and so that we work in ways to help the brain recover, but also consider we have a creative side of our brain, and that kind of focus, concentration, let's do. We've got that masculine and feminine, the yin and yang of the brain. So that has an impact on how you operate and how we move and how creative we can be. And if we've got less of that signaling coming through, then it's like those are times when we might hit or bang or injure ourselves, because actually that communication system and my sense of what is going on is less limited. My proprioception is less because of the lack of resources through the system. So just some ways to think about skin and find that connection to the brain. What else? What else have you been aware of, have you noticed? So when you feel like your brain's not firing on all cylinders, or even that you're like, ooh, it's just going. What are the things that you notice? Maybe the skin feels more drier, more dehydrated.